This video is about a put option selling strategy and why it is by far and away the best possible strategy for a trader. When I say trader, I'm talking about a scalper, day trader, swing trader, even a long options trader, or a trader that is trading options with maybe theta collecting capabilities or anything like that. Debit spreads, futures. I could go on, and I can take each one of those and tell you why they are by far and away too risky and almost guaranteed to be a strategy that you will eventually lose with. The selling of options is really a no-brainer. There are, obviously there are some caveats to that. Selling options entails some risk, but you're in complete control of that risk. And that's the wonderful thing about options, that you are in complete control of the risk that you choose to take on. Of course, with less risk is less profit. With more risk is more profit potential, but also more potential for losing as well. However, if you're smart about it, you have the right strategy, you can create a strategy, you can create a risk profile that will have very little risk and an excellent return on capital. What do I mean by excellent? Anywhere from 10 to 30% return on your capital with a 95% or better probability of profit. Those are mind-blowing numbers. Things that you couldn't even come close to with any kind of day trading, scalping, automated trading, other long option strategies, futures, forex, all of those incredibly fraught with danger. Now, I don't expect you to just offhand take some guy off the internet and say, yeah, that's right, sure. But I can back it up with the studies that I've done over the past 20 years. Would you take it from a guy who is trading a 9-figure account where people are trusting that judgment with that amount of money? Would you take it from somebody who has traded futures professionally, was a quant, developed automated trading systems, thousands of them, traded for hedge funds, run their own hedge fund? Would you trust somebody like that? Or are you going to find one of the other talking heads on YouTube that looks like they just got out of college? So, the first part, those things that are risky, that are almost guaranteed. Well, when I say almost, I use almost very loosely. They are virtually guaranteed to make you a loser. Scalping, day trading, swing trading. Using technical analysis as a strategy, virtually guaranteed that you will eventually lose. Day trading, forex. First of all, you're working with unscrupulous brokers, unregulated exchanges. Again, fraught. I mean, there have been so many instances where people have traded with forex, only to experience some mishap within that particular region or country's currency, and experienced a move that would have wiped out any account. It can happen almost in an instant. It's just not possible. First of all, without the advantage of options where you have the cushion of time premium and variable contract length, you simply cannot gain an edge with any of those types of trading, whether it's stocks, futures, forex. End of story, period. And it even goes for long options. Only short options or selling options gives you that edge. And that is because you don't have to be right. You don't have to be right in time. You don't have to be right in price. You don't have to be right in direction. You have to be generally right, but you don't have to be specifically right. You also you can set up strategies so that you have risk against tail risk completely within your power. Or you can sell them nakedly and put them so far out of the money that they're virtually impossible. Well, nothing's impossible, but far enough away from the action that it's very easy to manage. And because you can control the time, you can adjust the relative risk that you're willing to take on. If you could put on a strategy where you win all the time, even if you're just making a little bit of money, let's say a 10% return on capital, and every trade, you're making multiple trades a week, you can incrementally build your way to doubling your account in half a year to a year with relative safety. There is no other strategy, there is no other technique, methodology, nothing using stocks, technical analysis, forex, futures that will allow you to do that. Or long options, because long options are essentially the same as trading with stocks. You have either you go up or you lose. Simple as that. What is my situation? What is my view on the situation with Apple and SoftBank? I'm not really familiar with that situation. Don't really care. However, I'll sell options on Apple. They look mighty sweet right now, as some of those strikes have very, very high implied volatility, which means lots of options, which means my return on capital and the risk that I'm willing to take on have given me even wider breadth that I'm used to. Michael says a lot of people have lost a lot of money since Thursday. Someone I know lost $14,000 today. Yeah, but people that are trading with our service didn't lose a penny. They didn't lose a penny. As a matter of fact, let's see. We may even be up a little bit. Yeah, we're even. So even with the tough market, now we're up. It's like fluctuating right around there. We'll probably be up by the end of the day. We'll be up a little bit because of the short-term duration of our contracts. And even if we are threatened, it's not a big deal. We can easily manage our positions. Move right out of them, extend the trading range, extend the time, bring in more credit. All of that is possible. When we bring in more credit, we are de facto extending our break even. So we can continually do that over and over until we're right. Just keep on extending the credit and bringing in and changing the break even. But we can be so far away that there would have to be a flash crash. And even then, we just trade in small individual trades, so that even if there was a flash crash, At most, we're going to lose a few percentages of our total trading capital. And if we're smart about it, and we have, say, more than one trade on, say, 2 or 3 trades that give us a delta neutral position, the chances are that we won't lose anything, even in the case of a flash crash. That is the power of selling options. That even in the case of a big ding in the market, a huge ding, a small ding, it doesn't matter. All of that is easily survivable, and quite often it's profitable. So the particular strategy that we employ is something, I've looked at a lot of people that are talking about selling put options, for instance, or selling naked puts or whatever. And I look at their strategy, and they're all incredibly risky. Our strategy employs something that's unique to us. Most of it is pretty straightforward, but we're able to enhance. We can take a 75% trade and turn it into a 95% trade, just by being a little bit selective. That makes all the difference in the world. That allows us to grab more premium, more time, less time, and be more flexible with how much we start off with. I mean, you could start off this strategy with as little as $1,000, but you really need $2,000 with most brokers, to have leverage or to have margin, trade on margin. So that's it. Trading any other way, I just can't see it. I can't see why anybody would want to trade a loser strategy. And if you think that following your favorite guru, because they are showing, whatever, that somehow they're beating the odds, and it's possible. There are some people out there that have beat the odds, but they can't prescribe a method and then transfer it to you or anybody else. You'll be a 1 in 100, maybe even less than that, if you are successful and you can beat the market with their strategy. With our strategy, I can take virtually every person and turn them into a profitable trader. Every person. The only way that you can screw up on this strategy is if you don't follow the strategy. That's pretty much it. Or, if you over leverage yourself. All right. Alex says, so does this service teach you everything you need to know? Absolutely. Or Iron Condo sounds like a bad 80s action movie. But yes, this service does. It teaches you. You can come in without knowing a lick about options. And we will teach you how to become a master of this strategy. It's going to be the only strategy that you'll need. And it will be a lifelong skill that you will have, that you can come into any market and make money. Starting with as little as, I'm going to say you can go as little as $1,000, but that limits what you can actually do. Starting with as little as $2,000. And in fact, when I started up this service about 2.5 months ago, I started with a $2,000 account. We are now up about a little over 20% in 2.5 months. And I post all my trades. I show my actual live account. I post my actual statement. So there's complete transparency. People in the service get individualized attention. So when you ask, are you going to learn everything that you need to know? The answer is absolutely. And I'll make sure of it. I'm going to make sure that every person that comes into this service is turned into a winner. Period. End of story. That's my guarantee. You will become a winner. You will win almost every trade. Can't guarantee you'll win every trade, but almost every trade. All right. That's all I've got to say. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be changing things up here a bit. I just got back from vacation. I decided to rearrange the office a bit. I'm creating a little mini studio over here, so I'm going to be using a whiteboard in the future. So that should be all set up with multiple camera angles, the whole deal. That should all be set up in the next couple of weeks. And so hopefully that will provide some more value to these videos. And I'll go through, I'll teach you everything that you need to know about options, except for, the specific strategy that we use. You'll have to come into the service to learn that. But we have about a little over 100 people, 130 people right now after 2.5 months. I will probably limit this service to 400 or 500 people, and then that will be it. So once we reach that number, it's done. I'm not going to take any more people. So if you're interested in learning a strategy where you win virtually all the time, taking very little risk, with excellent return on capital, Asymmetric Advisor is your place. Go right here, asymmetricadvisor.com/options, sign up. You'll be amazed at how little you have to pay to get this privilege. And you'll be learning from essentially one of the best, one of the most experienced traders around. It's me, who is also the chief investment officer, as I said, of a 9-figure account. So go ahead, do the numbers on what 9 figures means. I'd be glad to have you on. Thanks, Alex. Yes, there are tents in the background. And whatever you're imagining is probably true. All right, I'm done. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.